Hello everyone and welcome to the season finale edition of Sportsballin. I'm Dylan Simmons alongside Seth Tackett and TJ Warner. For this week, we won't have hot takes of the week, but we still have a sizzling surprise in store. Let's get first to MTSU baseball. The baseball team took home a huge victory while up against the Charlotte 49ers. MT took home yet another home series sweep and now find themselves at 18-16 overall. With just over a month left in the regular season, what do you guys think is the key to finishing strong?
They have a game coming up next against Belmont, which they lost to earlier in the year pretty badly. So if they can win that game, that's going to be a huge step forward. But not only that, the Conference USA games, they're 9-6 in conference right now. They're winning series after series after series. They're doing a really good job with that. If they can keep that foot on the gas pedal in Conference USA games, they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, talking about CUSA series wins. This was their fourth straight CUSA series win in a row. You know, that's always going to be huge, especially as we get towards the back half of the season where, you know, you're almost exclusively playing CUSA teams. But beyond that, too, I think MTSU, the focus has to be on just finishing strong because last year they were sort of around this similar level in terms of wins and losses, but to end the season, they lost 9 of their last 12 games. Yeah, oof. So I know that's got to be on the players' minds, you know, that they didn't finish the way they wanted to last year, but I think that experience is actually going to help them this year because they know what they need to do to go out and get the job done, and I think they're going to do that.
I absolutely think, and what a difference a few weeks have made. MT baseball looks like they're on an entirely new level. Can't wait to see what they do next. MT softball did not strike gold against the Lady 49ers of Charlotte as they lost 2-1 in their series. The Lady Raiders currently are at 18-25 overall with a 5-10 conference record. Guys, what does the softball team need to emphasize in order to make a turnaround?
Yeah, well, they lost their first 2 games against Charlotte, but then turned around and won 3-2 in their last game. So, I mean, they're starting to make that turnaround, starting to be able to play against certain opponents. But, man, MT softball, they've had a rough schedule this year, and it's just coming down to the point where they got to win the rest of the games left in the Conference USA games left to show that they have the fighting chance.
Yeah, I think it's funny, you know, the softball team, they're on the exact opposite side of the spectrum of the baseball team. They've lost 4 straight CUSA series. So that's the main thing. They've just got to flip these series. Instead of dropping them 2 games to 3, they need to, you know, they need to win the series 2 games to 3.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to see that development continue to go. Looking forward to see how they do. Norfolk, Virginia will play host to this year's CUSA men's tennis tournament, and our Blue Raiders find themselves with an opportunity to repeat as champions. MTSU will be the 1 seed in this tournament after a stellar 24-4 regular season. Seth and TJ, will we see the reemergence of Middle Tennessee as champions?
In my opinion, yes. They did lose to Tulsa here recently, but our tennis team is an awesome sight to watch. Man, they have so many quality opponents, ranked opponents that they've beaten this year. It's going to be, in my opinion, a pretty easy road to the championship.
Yeah, I believe that MTSU's men's tennis team, they're fantastic. I say they're going to repeat as champions. And, you know, they only need to win 1 match in the tournament to break the program record 4 wins in a season. I mean, what an accomplishment. And I think they're going to get more than that 1 win. I think they're going to get the championship and they're going to repeat for sure.
Yeah, I think pretty safe to say, and I got to say, you and I, and all 3 of us have been a part of seeing this tennis team as broadcasters. We've seen how much they've grown, how great that they've been. They've been absolutely incredible this year, overcome some difficulties. Look for guys like Francisco Rocha, Oscar Brostrom-Polson, and Stein Slump to have incredible tournaments. I think MT cruises to a championship. Although they are playing some teams they haven't played yet in the CUSA, going to be interesting to see how they handle that. Got to say, this tournament is going to be excitement rivaling the NBA playoffs, and I cannot wait to see how it all is going to unfold. When we come back, we will talk about the party lights getting turned out for the Grizzlies, Nashville SC's sporting win over KC, and the Preds singing the blues against St. Louis. All that and a special surprise still on the way when we come back. Stick around.
Suppose now shush, she makes the sound she makes to calm me down. Oh.
I'm here. Can you see me? Because I feel like I'm invisible. Like this whole place is invisible. If it weren't for the nightly news, no one would even think of this place. But down here, things look different. Down here, our spirits are bright and our dreams are vivid. And if given a chance, that's what the world would see.
In the past 50 years, we've made a lot of progress in smoking prevention. But if we don't do more, 1 out of every 13 children alive today will die early from smoking. That's 5.6 million precious lives we can save. Together, we can make the next generation tobacco-free.
And we are back. Well, it was not a great night for the Grizzlies in Game 1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves as they lost 130 to 117 at home. The Anthony Nightmare of Carl and Edwards proved to be too much as they combined to put up 65 points against Ja Morant and Memphis. Guys, what takes the cake as the biggest difference in how these two teams played?
Yeah, it's got to be the way they started the game. Memphis has started out the game so slow, down so early from the very get-go. Man, but Cat and Anthony Edwards, those two guys played absolutely phenomenal. If you have your two best players on your team playing that good, scoring 65 points when the rest of your team is only scoring 65 points as well, man, that is a ingredient for success in playoffs, and that is what teams go deep playoff runs for. So Memphis is gonna need big time help from Ja and like Jaren Jackson, guys like that, Dylan Brooks, even Desmond Bane's gonna have to step up a little bit more. They're gonna have to put more of the scoring trail on.
Yeah, I think for the Grizzlies, the main thing, like you said, TJ, they fell behind so early that the whole game they were playing catch up. And even at points when they got it back closer, or they even tied the game, it still even felt like they were still playing catch up, even in those moments. And another interesting stat too, the starters for the Grizzlies, all the starters except for Desmond Bane were negative double digits in the plus minus. Okay, that is not a good sign. Especially in the playoffs. So they're definitely going to have to clean up their level of play as we move forward, because the T-Wolves, they came out and they showed Memphis, hey, we don't care we're the 7th seed. We're coming out and we're coming to win this.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my point brief, but I think last night we really saw Memphis's youth come to prevalence. We're going to see how they'll respond to that, though. Nashville SC picked up some barbecue against Sporting KC on the 9th of this month with a big 2-1 win. The club has since tied to the Earthquakes of San Jose and sit at 8th in the Western Conference. TJ, what do you like about what Nashville SC is doing right now?
Yeah, they're putting together a couple good wins back-to-back, and then the tie against San Jose. I feel like they definitely should have won that game. We talked about that last show with the Earthquakes being one of the worst teams in the league. But they play LA Galaxy next. That's going to be a big factor going on to see exactly how far Nashville SC can go and exactly how good they are. But they're putting together a couple good wins to start out the season. It's going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, the thing I like is Nashville SC right now, they're staying in the hunt because you have to be ranked 7th to be in the postseason, so they're 8th right now. And I know we're still early, but you still want to be hanging around, the playoff rankings. You don't want to dip too far down. One thing I will say though, I really do think they should have won their last game against San Jose. I mean, San Jose, we talked about it. The best thing about San Jose was they had tied twice. Yes. And now they got 3 ties. So I really wish and Nashville would have been able to pick up the win, but at the very least they didn't take the L. They still picked up a point there with that draw. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like you said, big game against the LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy, they're 3rd right now in the rankings, so be a good statement win for Nashville. They can go get that.
Still a lot of time to make up ground. I think they'll have an opportunity to do that. Shout out to guys like CJ Sapong and Mukhtar playing really well for Nashville SC right now. Of all of the losses over the weekend, this may have been the hardest to stomach. The Preds suffered a catastrophic loss to the St. Louis Blues 8-3 in which they were thoroughly taken apart. Nashville is still clinging to the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference, but still have a lot to iron out. Seth, I know you've talked about this in the past, but what can be done to reverse the direction of the Predators?
See, that's the thing, Dylan. I don't know exactly because they've been so inconsistent ever since we got back from the break, where it's, they win 2 games, and they win, or then they lose 2, then they win 1, and then they lose 1 like this, losing, big, 8-3. I mean, this is not what you want to see as we're getting ready to enter the playoff race. And especially, too, I mean, the Predators not too long ago were 3rd in the Central Division, and now they are clinging to that second wild card spot. And the Golden Knights are not too far behind them. They're only 4 points behind them at the moment. And there's still a couple of games left. There's a chance that the Preds could fall out of the playoffs. And if that happens, I mean, talk about from where they were at to dropping out of the playoffs potentially. I mean, talk about a collapse of historic proportions that I don't even want to think about it, to be honest.
Yeah, they were tied 1-1 going into the second period, and then the second period, it just fell apart completely. It was just a horrific scene to watch. It was just Nashville. I mean, they go out, they can compete with some of the best teams, and then they'll lose to some of the worst teams. It's just so much inconsistency. I don't know exactly where they're going to be at.
Yeah, I got to say, the number one thing I think the Preds need to address is defense and goaltending. They've been giving up so many points as of late, 8 goals. 8 goals to the St. Louis Blues. That is insane, and they've got to find a way to iron out these issues. I'm looking for guys like Yossi to start making plays. I do think the Preds can turn around, but right now they need not just a catfish, but they need a great white to find their form once again. When we come back, we will have our picks for the week, and the special surprise will keep drawing closer. Stay tuned here on Sportsballin.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Sportsballin. It's now time for our picks of the week. Let's get started. First up, MT Baseball takes on Belmont tonight at 6. Guys?
Yeah, I'm actually going to take Belmont in this one.
I'm going to take MTSU Baseball and say they avenge that early season loss.
Yeah, they need vengeance for that early season loss. I think they're going to get it done. Big motivation. MT Baseball really on fire right now. They'll take the victory. Next up, the Nashville Sounds take on the Charlotte Knights tonight at 6:35. Guys?
Yeah, give me the Sounds in this one.
Yeah, I'll take the Sounds as well. 8-4 record, off to a good start to the season.
I agree. Sounds take it. Next up, the Nashville Predators will travel to Calgary to take on the Flames tonight at 7, guys.
Yeah, I think the Predators start to turn it around a little bit. Give me the Predators.
Yeah, after that disastrous loss, the Preds need this win. I'm going to take them over Calgary.
And we didn't mention this. They have a very tough end of the season as well. They need to get a victory, and they need to do it now. Preds will take it, though. I believe they get it done. And next up, the Grizzlies take on the Timberwolves. Game 2 tonight at 7:30, guys.
Anthony Edwards and Karl-Anthony Towns, they were so much of a problem in Game 1. I think they're going to be another problem in Game 2. Give me the Timberwolves.
You know, kind of the same mindset that the Preds had. The Grizzlies, they had a tough loss in Game 1. They need a win. I say they get it done.
I think we're going to see some maturity out of the Grizzlies in this one. They're going to really find their form. Hey, and many teams have lost Game 1s before and have come back to win in big ways. I think the Grizzlies will get it done. That does it for our picks of the week. When we come back, it's time to reveal our special season finale surprise. What's in the box? You'll find out when we return here on Sportsballin. Stick around.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
And we are back. It has been a memorable season, to say the least, here on Sportsballin. And in honor of that, we are going to hold the first annual Super Sportsballin Awards. Take a trip with us down memory lane as we look back at some of the craziest, zaniest, and wildest moments on the show. We promise no one will get slapped. We think. Without any further ado, let's get to our first award. TJ, what do we have?
For our first category, we have the hottest hot take. And the winner is Dylan for his correct prediction of Kansas versus North Carolina. Let's take a look.
I believe North Carolina picks up the win, and I believe that they tie the record for the lowest seed to win the national title game.
Go Tar Heels.
Yeah, go Tar Heels, baby.
You know, since we got here today for the show, I've heard nothing but North Carolina praise, Tar Heels praise. They're going to win.
They are.
Listen,
They deserve
Kansas
it.
has too good of a passing attack. They have too many good players. You've got McCormick. He's going to play lights out. Kansas is going to take to the sky, and the Jayhawks are going to get it done, and you're going to owe me a pizza. Yeah, I'm still waiting on that pizza, by the way. It's been a week, and I still don't have it. I mean, we've got a Papa John's. We've got a Domino's right off campus. I don't know what he's waiting on. But honestly, that was a great moment. I loved every moment of that. I loved soaking it in just because these two have been badgering me for weeks. Your takes aren't good. Your takes suck. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, I proved you both wrong by winning the award that specifically is about being accurate and being correct. And it feels so good to bask in this light right now. Guys, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I just want to say I think the producers had it out for me and Seth. Not going to name drop, but Houston, Evan, and Nate, you voted for the wrong hottest take. In my opinion, it wasn't even a hottest take. It was just a pick of a national championship game. So, yeah.
Yeah, first thing, I don't think me and TJ sound like that, Dylan, so you need to work on your impression game a little bit. Yeah. And another thing, too, the week before, wasn't your hot take the fact that Villanova was going to win the national title?
Exactly, so Kansas was your backup plan.
I don't think it really matters, to be honest. And listen,
oh, I believe it matters a whole lot. And another thing, too, talking about Villanova, you got any Villanova merch yet?
Yeah,
Dylan?
I do. I absolutely 100%
Okay,
have merch.
so tell the people what's the merch? What you
It's
got?
a hat. It's a hat. That's what it is.
Where's it at?
He's a bandwagon.
It's at home in my closet. I ordered it online.
Yeah, I do not think
yes,
so.
It is the truth. You know, I'm not going to stand for this anymore.
Bandwagon Wildcat fan.
Let's
right
just
here,
move
folks.
on. Oh my gracious. For our second category, we have the opposite. The absolute worst take of the season. The honorable mentions include TJ's take of no number 1 seeds making the Final Four. Let's take a look. So TJ, what's going to be your hot take of the week?
Yeah, Dylan, so my hot take of the week is all number 1 teams will fall before the Final Four in March Madness. And I have a stat for you for that. That's only happened twice in March Madness history, which is 5.56% of the time.
And the winner is Seth Tackett's take on there being no MLB season this year. Let's take a look with Mr. Seth Tackett. So what's your hot take of the week, Seth?
Yeah, well, for my hot take this week, I'm saying that there's not going to be an MLB season this go around.
Seth, what do you have to say for yourself?
Okay, first thing, that is what you call a hot take, okay? Not just picking, oh, who's going to win, the national title game. That's saying that a major professional league in the United States is not going to play. They're not going to have their season. So, for one, that's a scorching hot take right there. Another thing, too, this hot take didn't last long because that by the end of the week, the owners and the players union from MLB had, come together and shook hands and exchanged hugs, and everything was, worked out great, which was great for baseball fans. Not great for my hot take, but hey, what are you gonna do? And at least that was a scorching hot take, unlike someone else over here. There we go, there he is. Yeah.
Well, at least I was right about my hot take. At least I knew what I was talking about.
You had a 50-50 shot, Dylan.
You were disproven after 7 days. This guy's hot take couldn't even last a week. Think of all the things that can last a week. His hot take did not last a week. I mean, TJ, it's amazing how quickly this was debunked.
Yeah, this was like you said, a scorching hot take, but you did not make it past like 5 or 6 days, and your hot take was gone. So that definitely well deserving of the worst take of the year.
Absolutely. What's the next awards category, Seth?
All right, for our next awards category, we got the best one-liners. And for the honorable mentions, we've got my personal favorite, my rock bottom comment, and Dylan's trademark, guys. Let's take a look at those. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson purchased them, so I think the XFL might hit the USFL with a rock bottom and put them out of business and claim their position as the spring football league of choice.
Well, Austin 316 said. It was a bittersweet moment, however, as news broke around the same time that Ja Morant is dealing with a knee injury and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks' time. Guys.
Now, those are some great moments for sure, but there can only be one true winner. And the winner, without a doubt, is TJ's one-liners, daddyhood, and heck of a heck comments. Let's check them out. I start looking elsewhere to get a World Series ring.
Yeah, I feel like the Yankees definitely do have one of the top 3 teams in talent, not even a question. But at the end of the day, the Yankees are the Yankees. They're the daddyhood of MLB like the Cowboys is. I took North Carolina as my hot take last week. I said they would win the Natty. I still believe that now. Armando Bacot's going to put up a lot of rebounds. Man, and R.J. Davis and Caleb Love, those 2 guards are going to be phenomenal. Look for the Tar Heels to win this one, point blank.
Oh my gosh.
That was quite a sight to see. Obviously, for all the viewers at home, don't have brain farts when you're on live television. But I'll take this award proudly with a grain of salt. I'll take this one. All right, for the final award category is the best moment of the show. The honorable mentions are Seth's extreme disappointment with Dylan's Aaron Rodgers hot take and Dylan hitting the wall. Let's take a look.
Ridicule me if you want, but my hot take is that the Green Bay Packers re-signing Aaron Rodgers was a mistake. And listen, I'm a Packers fan at heart, so I know them about as well as anybody. And I'm just going to tell you, and yeah, he's got some good highlights there, good throws, I get it. But listen, Aaron Rodgers, at the end of the day, has not gotten the job done. He lost for Seth Tackett and TJ Warner. I'm Dylan Simmons saying so long, and we'll see you all next time.
And the winner is Dylan putting on his shades.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Mainly in the second half.
Well, I have to agree, and hold on just one second. I'm going to soak this in.
Oh, my Lord.
This is vindication. I've been, for weeks on weeks, I have been tormented by these two men beside me. Well, this week is going to be different. So here is what I'm going to start with. First of all, Kansas overcame a 15-point deficit to come back and get this victory. Oh my gracious, that was amazing. So a funny story behind that, I actually came up with the idea for that about 5 minutes before the show because I wanted to find an extra special way to kind of stick it to these guys that I had gotten the job done. And we were actually, when I put the sunglasses on, we were all on the verge of laughing. It was really close. I was really close to just bursting out laughing on live TV, but it was still amazing and a great moment for me. And I got to say, I think that the best moment won in the end, something that I think we're all going to remember.
Yeah, this definitely was the best moment of the show, hands down. Definitely did not expect it. Me or Seth, for sure, did not expect it, man. It was a funny moment for sure.
Yeah, and one thing too I think is funny, how I reacted for your best moment also mirrored my extreme disappointment in the Aaron Rodgers take. It was the same thing. Oh my Lord, here Dylan goes again. But yeah, for sure, the best moment award, rightfully so, goes to Dylan.
Well, thank you very much. And we do have one final bit of hardware to pass out tonight. This will be Seth's final episode as an anchor, and we want to send him out right. So we would like to present Mr. Seth Tackett with the first ever Super Sports Baller Award. And we're going to have our good friend Evan, the producer, come out here. Let's bring out that hardware. Look at that. Oh.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Seth, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, first off, I just, like to thank you, TJ, and you, Dylan. You guys have been excellent co-anchors. And I remember when we first signed on to do the show, when I saw that you guys were going to be on the team with me, I was super excited because, we already had a really good relationship beforehand, and it's just gotten stronger as the shows went on. I also like to thank all the wonderful crew that we have here. Thanks for all your help on the, run cameras and on the audio production side, getting highlights, making sure everything's formatted correctly. We couldn't do the show without you guys. Also like to thank Houston, our director, for giving me the opportunity to be on the show. I remember I was ecstatic when he asked me last semester to take part in this. So again, thank you, Houston, for the opportunity. And lastly, I'd just like to thank my parents for helping me get through school. Appreciate it, guys. So, and I'm bringing home some hardware, guys. It was not in vain.
Yeah, well, Seth, it's been an honor to host beside you. I've extremely loved our relationship, especially dogging on Dylan.
Of course.
I'm going to miss having the old man around the set, but for real, it's been a fun ride doing season 1 with you, man.
Appreciate it.
Loved it, man, and you're going to go far in your future. And one of my best friends through college, that's absolutely the truth. And thank you so much for being a part of this. And cannot wait to see where we go next. And good luck in your future, Seth. And thank you all so much for tuning in to Sportsballin this season. Remember, you can tune in to BRTV to catch the show anytime. For Seth Tackett and TJ Warner, I'm Dylan Simmons, and we will see you next season on Sportsballin. Thank you all so much.